A podium is always possible if you are in the right place at the right time. I'll work on my weaknesses and build on my strengths. I think if you don't touch the wall in Monaco, you're not on the limit. I have a small entourage of people who I trust. I value their opinion on my career, and I stick to those voices. The rest is just background noise. The Caribbean is great, but I also love the mountains as well. I'm a big skier, and I love spending time in Switzerland skiing. It really depends. The haters will always hate. The facts prove I deserve to be where I am, and no one can take that away from me, regardless of where I come from. I still have my life outside of Formula 1. It has always been the same. There will always be jealous people and haters, people who assume that if they were in your shoes, they could do what you're doing. That's just the world we live in. I like the beach in the summer and the mountains in the winter. I come from a background that, when I win, people try to put me down, and when I lose, people try to put me down. I accept that, and I actually find it kind of funny. I've really just had to learn and adapt more than ever before, because there's so much to do in F1. There's so much to be on top of as a driver. It really requires perfection just to walk out of a weekend with a decent result. I have had this opportunity to go on a journey and experience the ride of racing cars, of different championships around the world, go-karts, F3, F4, and now F1. It's been so amazing to be able to experience that. There have been bad days, good days, and it's been a great ride. At the end of the day, you drive your car, and that is what you focus on with yourself and your side of the garage, but of course it is always good to have a good relationship. You never want to have a negative battle or the team splitting up in any way. The more experience you have, the less is needed, but I feel like I have good support around me and people helping me to be the best I can be. In F1, nobody is here to help you, and you have to make your place, and that is done by everyone individually. Nervous can be good. It means I'm ready to go. I've been very fortunate to have had good financial support. I come from money. I'm not going to deny that. I'm showing people what I'm made of, and if people don't want to accept that and face the facts, I can't help that. Don't get me wrong, I've had a lot of fortune, to come where I've come from, to be able to move to Europe, to go racing. But I had that fortune behind me. I grabbed it with both hands, and I made the best of it. When opportunities arise, you have to seize them. The lows have been frustrating, and very challenging times, but the highs have been phenomenal. I love Greece. It's really cool in the summer. I was always good at gym. Gym classes were good, but school really wasn't my thing. But I did it, got through it. It's definitely important. As a driver, you have to accept that some years are more challenging than others. That's part of the game. I've learned a tremendous amount. I've gained a lot of experience competing at the highest level with the best drivers in the world in F1. My job remains the same, regardless of who is on the other side of the garage. In F1, we see teams spending ridiculous amounts of money. That's the sport. If the car is capable of finishing 8th, then I want to get the most out of the car and put it 8th. If the car is only capable of finishing 13th to start the year, then that has to be our goal. I think it is really important to have two drivers who want to push the team in the right direction rather than fighting against one another. Obviously, it is good to have competitiveness in the team and that urge to want to beat the driver next to you, but at the same time, I think we are going to respect each other. I stay in my little bubble, that is what I try and do. There is always noise out there and distractions, but you just have to block all that noise out. The crucial thing for me is that I stick to my job. I believe I have earned my shot in F1. I have won F3, and we all know F3 is a very high level. You always want someone pushing you all the time who is competitive and at the top of their game so you can become a better driver. I'm feeling better every race, it's just about staying in it and continuing to push to learn, and I don't doubt it will come. I think Formula 1 there's a lot of differences from track to track, grip levels, tire compound, so you always have to press the reset button and work from scratch again. I have my little entourage of who I travel with, some friends and people who help me more technically on the track. Obviously, my engineers who I work closely with, we are all in the ship together. F1 is a team sport, not an individual sport. To the general public, it's the nature of the sport that it's a car-dominant sport. I know the Paul Ricard track from when I drove in Formula 3. I do have my targets in terms of what I need to improve on. I think the right way to work is by focusing on each task at hand and then move forward. Of course we go to Montreal to work as hard as we can and do the best we can, the same way we go everything, but I think if we always think we need to score points, we start forgetting about the stuff we have to do to get there. Williams has a long history of nurturing young drivers at the start of their F1 careers. I am focused on what I am doing. I am enjoying my time in Formula One, I am enjoying the experience. I just have to take it race by race, focus on what you can do, and the rest is out of your control. Finishing on the podium in my first year, I never expected that. It just fell into place. It was unbelievable, competing in my hometown at a Grand Prix I was watching when I was 3 years old. It was massive and a dream come true. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.